Hi everyone, this is Kathleen Flanagan with Dancing Souls, and I wanted to introduce myself to you. I wanted to introduce who I am and my book, and give you a little bit of an idea of what the book is about. And this is a journey of an awakening spirit, and what it essentially is that it's a soul evolution. We are in the middle of an ascension process right now, and I'm sure there's a lot of things that are going on in your life that you don't understand. You don't know why things are happening. You're having experiences, and everyone thinks you're insane. So you're keeping everything to yourself, and you're becoming very isolated and confused. And if I tell anyone, they're going to put me in the funny farm or whatever. And it's not true. I mean, you're not crazy, and things are moving in that direction, and we are evolving, and we are ascending, and we are moving into the time of light where what we're dealing with this duality is coming to an end. And it talks about just the light that is hitting this planet right now, that it's anything that is dark and the recesses of our lives are coming to the forefront because it's time to heal it and release it and move on to the next level. And the great masters of our time have done this too. Jesus and Buddha, Gandhi, Krishna, all of them have been through this. And they all had to fight their own special demons and evolve into that, and they became enlightened, and it was by no one by any means. I mean, they had to work at it, and even though they worked at it and they became enlightened, they were still who they were. I mean, they're still the human condition, and we still deal with the emotions of rage and jealousy and anger and frustration and love and joy and peace and happiness and all of that. But it's about being able to manage it and understand it and accept it within ourselves, that we are an all-encompassing being, and all of our emotions are part of who we are. And with this book, and what Destiny went through in her waking up process was very difficult and very challenging, but it was also very rewarding. And she just had to have the faith that things were going to move into the direction and really move in there. And what I found when I was writing the book is, and what you will also see in the book, is that you can see that Destiny was a lost, scared little girl, even though she was a woman in society's perspective. But emotionally, she wasn't that. And she had to face severe atrocities that happened to her in her life that she didn't know because she had blocked it out, and then she had disassociated from her body, and in one of the books it comes back where she comes into her body and how she's facing all of that. But what she had to do was just really find who she was, establish boundaries, accept who she is. And during this process, she realized that, thank God she was who she was, and she went through what she went through because she was so needed. And we all are, in all of our own ways. And she started to realize that everybody brought her messages, and everybody had value in her life, regardless of what they had done or not done to her. They had value, and she started to wake up and realize that. And she started seeing the messages that were coming in ways that we don't normally see messages. And it's about moving. It's just moving in your life and having faith and trust. And she dealt with the death of her mother, and then who her mother really was. And that's, I believe, is in book 3. And it's a series of events that was a very difficult time, and we all go through this. We all go through the dark night of the soul. We all get lost and confused, and we feel like we're isolated, and nobody loves us, and nobody cares, and nobody understands. And it's about finally getting rid of all that drama, because none of it's true. Absolutely none of it's true. Because we are loved, and we are never alone. And you may not have somebody physically near you all the time, but Spirit is always with you, and they are always standing at your side, and they are always talking to you. It's just if you choose to listen. And this book helps you to start learning how to listen, and it helps you to keep moving forward. And it's about hope and transition, and that you're not alone on this planet. And I've been through a lot. I can go into the pits of hell and bring you back, and I could still be fine. And and it's about finding your strength and your voice, and demanding that you be treated decently and with respect, and that no man has a right to hit you or belittle you, or anybody for that matter. And and it's about all of that, because it's about coming into our power, and it's about stepping into the goddess energy for the women out there, and for the men to step into their god energy. And it's about communicating with your partner in sexual ecstasy beyond what you can even imagine once you're there. And it just talks about the releasing of all the pains and hurts and sufferings that we went through, and embracing that, and coming into who you are, totally into your beingness, and that realizing that if it wasn't for the events that happened in your life, you wouldn't be who you are today, or have the things that you wanted. And I wanted to share this with you because the book is very, very private. It is my personal story, and it is so incredibly private, and yet it's so desperately needed. And I want to share that with you, and I want to help you and move and find out what other experiences people had, because I know that whatever happened in my life, I've had some, but there are people that have had a lot worse than I did. And I just want to form a community and talk about that, and share and give you hope and strength when you don't feel like you have any, because I've been there and I know what it's like. And I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're interested, feel free to buy the book. I would love if you'd buy the book, and I'd love for you to share your book and your experiences with me, and create chats and things like that. So anyways, thanks again for coming by. And this is Kathleen Flanagan with Dancing Souls, and make it a great day.